they just want to share more about the business, then, or I'm sorry, more about the products, then they can continue to build just that customer base. And they never, ever have to get into the team building stuff if they don't choose to. So I think that that is going to be very welcoming to more people into our business. Now, when you do the team building side of it, the customer volume will flow right in. They made this plan so beautiful in my mind, how it all just kind of interjoins together. So today in my spreadsheet, what I'm going to spend just probably 15 minutes showing you is really that customer side. If you understand the customer, and then you understand that we're going after and looking for, sure, if you guys have heard Carrie Dickey's blue M&M story, we're still looking for blue M&Ms, people who want to go build this business come hell or high water, right? Because they have a drive and they see it. We're still going to come across those people. But for the most part, we're going to be looking for customer gatherers, right? People who want to go share this product alongside of us. And we will get paid very well for helping them do that. And they're going to get paid very well for doing it, which I think is awesome. So if you guys have questions, I'll try and stop with each page of this spreadsheet. So, and you can ask questions along the way. But if you do have questions, just drop them in the chat. And then Marilyn, if you want to, I can't really see the chat. So if you want to stop me, and that would be awesome. Okay. So the first page of this spreadsheet is, like I said, we're going to talk about the customer side of the plan. And this is your own personal customer. So we're just going to pick a number. Let's say like a pro, like 1,400. Okay, I'm just going to say 1,400 in current personal volume. So right now, if someone had 1,400, they would be a pro one. And let's say this is a pro one who hasn't had any luck finding a distributor, or maybe they have one distributor, but they haven't really done anything but order their own product, right? So the majority of this is coming from their own customer sales, right? Them sharing the product and gathering customers. And I don't know about your guys' team, but my team has a lot of these people on it. And so what we're going to do is we have to delete off their own personal order off of this. So let's say they order a healthy glow stack every month. And so that's 140. And the reason I'm doing that is because this new term, customer sales volume, I would write that down and get so comfy with that, because it's a new term you're going to hear a lot of. Customer sales volume, or CSV, is how most people are referring to it. Means your personal customers altogether. That doesn't include your order. It doesn't include any of your team's orders or their customers' orders. This is exclusively your customer orders, okay? Customer sales volume. Then I'm going to flip over to this next page. Okay, so if somebody had 1,260 in customer sales volume running through their business in December, they all reordered in January, right? In our current plan, we would make 2% on that volume, because if they were on our first level, we made 2% every month thereafter, which I'm not knocking the old plan. I want everybody to know that, full disclosure. The old plan has paid me well, and I am so grateful for the old plan. I'm just really happy about the enhancements. Okay, so we're going to just add 1,260. Sorry, my other keyboard isn't working, so I keep having to use my laptop keyboard, so I feel a little out of sync. 1,260. You made $25 for all of your current customers ordering product this month if we were already, or right now. Okay, that's how that would happen. That doesn't include any new people you had or any of your team, but that's your personal customers on your first level. Now, in the new plan, the first way they're going to pay us, there's two ways for customers are going to pay us. The first way is called personal sales profit. Personal sales profit is literally, you don't need to know all the details. I'll be honest with you. I just think that it's really important to know you're going to make at least 10%, at least 10%, because there's a way they figure it, and it might be 11, it might be 20, but just know you're going to make at least 10 and work from those numbers. Okay. So if look at just what LifeVantage did for this person who they gave them $100 raise because being paid at 2% and then 10% is $126. And guys, the two ways that they're going to pay us on customers are first order and every month after. Okay. It's not just first time. We're talking every single month. And in my mind, that's how we've talked about residual income or royalty income for years. Well, this is how you truly can capitalize and leverage that. I also love the psychology behind this, because you might be in this position too, where you started and you might go enroll 10 people, right? Customers, distributors, didn't matter. 10 people, you got paid 40%. So let's say that person made $1,000 in their first month. And then the next month they made 25, right? Like this. And then the next month they made 25. And the next month they made 25 because they just retained them, but they didn't add new people. Well, what does that do in your mind? That makes you, if you're a busy working mom, like almost everybody on my team, working full time, you look at that check that comes in and you go, $25, that doesn't even pay for my pro tandem. I would rather go spend an extra hour at my job making, 35. I can see it concretely. And now what's going to happen to people is they're going to get 126 and then 126 and then 126. And all of a sudden 126 is almost paying for their healthy glow stack. And they're going to go, oh, this is totally worth it. Let me go share with a few more people, right? That's really, really, really exciting to me. Any questions at all about personal sales profit before I go to the next way?
So what we're saying is right now, when you sign up a healthy glow stack, you're getting 40% on that first customer, but then the next month it drops off to 2%. However, with the new plan, it's going to give you about a 10% kickback right away on that sign up. But then you're going to make more going forward continuously every month on that.
Yeah, I'll show you here in a minute what that looks like annually. It's pretty incredible. So
again, that's just one bonus.
Yep, that's just one. That's just one little thing, which I always say when I'm showing someone their own numbers in here, I'm like, thank you, LifeVantage, because they literally just gave you a monthly raise. Like that's what happened. And that's just on what you're currently doing. That's with no additional growth. So, and think about this, like, I'll just be honest, like customer sales volume, I myself have over 6,000 in customer sales volume every month running through my business. And so the numbers change based on what people's customer sales volume is. The second, so this top portion is just that personal sales profit we just talked about, brought over here for the 126 into this next page. But the second way we get paid is called personal sales bonus. And so what that means is every time someone has a minimum of 501 month of customer sales volume, can be a combination of new and recurring volume. This can be somebody who ordered a year ago that just happened to place an order that month, right? It's literally anyone you've personally enrolled as a customer who orders that month. It's everybody combined. And so when you reach 500 or more, they're going to pay you an additional bonus on top of the profit of the 10% we just talked about, which is like magical, right? That's so incredible. So the goal is to be at least in the bonus, right? So you've got to at least be at 500 or more. And I'll show you what that means. So if you reach 500, that's this line right here, Onyx, and that's between 500 and 1,000. If you land between that at the end of the month, you're at 5% extra bonus, okay? You would be an Emerald if your customer sales volume landed between 1,000 and 2,000, and you'd make an extra 10% bonus. Sapphire is between 2,000 and 4,000, and you make a 15% bonus. Diamond is 4,000 or above, and that's where it maxes out at an extra 20% bonus. And remember, that's extra 20% on top of the 10% profit we're already talking about. So for this person that we're looking at, this made up person, 1,260 is what they have in a current month. So they're an Emerald because they land between 1,000 and 2,000. So they get that 10% bonus. So they make another $126. So from the old plan of making 2% every month thereafter the first order of 25, now they're literally making 252 monthly, as long as they stay and maintain that customer sales volume. It's up. That's an increase of $227 a month. This is so exciting to me. So what they did was, all they did was put all of the monies that they used to pay us, because when my mind saw this, right, I was like, whoa, hold on. Where do we get all this extra money, right? That's where my brain went first and foremost when I first saw this. And I'll tell you this, all they did is they took away a couple of the team building bonuses and some things that really didn't drive our business plan forward. And they just put all the money in the bucket and they shook up the bucket, and they're just reallocating the dollars differently, which I think is beautiful. Because when you pay someone, whether somebody says they're here for the money or not, okay, when they say they're not, I call BS on that. I'm just going to say it, or you wouldn't be a distributor and you wouldn't choose to share. But what is already happening in my team, when I spent a week and presented this to every single person after Rock the Rhythm, on my team that wanted to really dive into their own business, and they're in massive action. Like some people that hadn't put in a customer for a year have put in 5 in 4 days, and it's because they can see that they want to get to a certain bonus level because they see what the income potential is. And so here's what I believe this to be really beautiful now. Let's say someone comes to you. How many times have you heard, I love that product, but I want to take that stack, like let's say the Healthy Glow stack, but that's kind of expensive, right? We hear that all the time. I'd say price objection for customers is probably the one thing we have to overcome the most. And now we have a great way to overcome that, because this is just go do this and you're gonna get this. We can literally tell someone. So you can see just by being at 1,260 in volume, right? They're gonna make $252 at least. At least you can concretely say that, right? So you can go to someone and say, all right, if you want to get your Healthy Glow stack paid for, you just work backwards. You need 8 Healthy Glow stacks so that you come in at an emerald every month, maintain emerald, and you're going to make at least $200 to pay for that. Like, it's so simple to be able to say, just do this and you're going to get this. If somebody comes in and says, I want to make $500 a month, you can say, okay, here's how you do that. You just work backwards from the numbers. It's awesome. So awesome. Okay, so here's how you move up to the next level, right? Look at the difference that's going to happen if this person just decided, oh, shoot, I'm going to go out and I'm going to put in some more customer volume because I want to be at least a sapphire at 15%. Look at what happens when they go out and enroll another 740, and now they're at 2,000 at the end of the month. They're going to get a 15% bonus instead of 10. Their check went from 252 to 426 a month. That's huge. Absolutely huge. And let's say that they were really ambitious and they're like, I'm going for diamond, right? I'm really going to go for diamond. At 20%, that's $926 in a month. Do you guys realize that? That is just on your own customers alone. And I'll be honest with you, I love the team building aspect of network marketing. I've loved it in LifeVantage from the beginning, but let's be honest with each other right here. Sometimes you can't control what your team does, right? But you can control your own efforts. So you at minimum can control if you want to be a sapphire or a diamond, right? Go out, get to work, share, and make sure that you hit those levels every month, and you'll know your check is going to be a minimum of something. And all the team building over here will absolutely be gravy, which is really great gravy, but it's gravy, right? But if you're like, I want at least $1,000 a month, make sure you're at diamond.
Right.
Right. That's so simple in my mind.
And then when you get paid weekly, right, for signing up that initial customer, and then the other bonus is paid, the emerald, sapphire, diamond, those are paid monthly, correct?
Yeah. So your sales profit is that's going to be really fun. You're actually going to get like little, like we get dings now when we like add a new customer, and like, ding, you got paid, ding, you got paid, right at that 40% level right now. You're going to get that every month, even when it's somebody's recurring order and you had, let's say on the 25th, you have a subscription that ran somebody's as your customer. You're going to get a ding and get paid that Friday. That all that sales profit will come regularly throughout the month, and then the bonus will be calculated based on the entire cumulative month. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So exciting to me. I will talk about really quick that there is a sweet spot right now, guys. And what I mean by that is you could almost double dip right now through March 1st. And the reason for that is because they're still paying us in the old plan. So right now, when you enroll a customer, you're going to make 40%, right, of their initial order. And so let's talk about what that would be. Let's say that you're on a mission. You're like, I'm going to come in and I'm going to make sure that I am a sapphire, right, by the end of March, so that I can get paid that 15% bonus instead of 10. So let's say you go out and you enroll that 740 that you need to become a sapphire, because you're trying to get to 2,000. And right now you have 1,260, right, in this example. So you're going to make 40% of the 740, which is $296. You're going to make right up front when they order in our old plan. Then you'll be at sapphire. And so you'll get 10% of that in March when those people reorder at 200. and you're going to make a 15% bonus on that. So another 300. So basically, if you decide not to do it right now before March, then you're going to make the 500 if you can get to 2000, like sapphire level in March. But if you just went and did some of it now, you're going to also collect that 40% right now. Like, I think that this next 4 weeks is like the coolest spot for current distributors right now. You could really, really, really make a lot of money if you wanted to. You could go put in the 2740 that it takes you to get to diamond. Let's just look what that looks like. And you can make $2,300 in this next like 6 weeks, basically. That's amazing. So I think you have to look at this and you have to say, where am I currently at based on my customer sales volume? If I'm not at 500, make your goal, get to 500, collect that extra 5%. If you don't, you're just leaving money on the table, right? And so if you're close to emerald, get to emerald, right? Decide where you want to be and get there by the end of March. But if you do it before then it's awesome. So here's what I meant by I'll show you annually. I think this is the one that blew my mind. We've been talking monthly when I put this together. So 1260, right, is the volume we're working from. That's what in our example. In the old plan, we would have made 40% in our first month and 2% every month thereafter for $781 in a year is what we would make on that volume if we put it in and maintained it for a year. In the new Evolve plan, you make $3,024 instead of $781 on that same exact volume. To me, that's awesome, right? So awesome. And so if you went to the next level, so you went and put in, 2,000 and you were at the emerald level, you would go from 3,024 to 6,200 a year.
And that's just on that one bonus, right? Because
that is between the two, the profit and the bonus. Yep. Okay. And then 4,000 is a diamond. You can make $15,000 a year if you just hit diamond and maintain diamond, guys. Like, that's how many people do you know that would like to make an extra $15,000 a year in their side gig? Right. And this doesn't even mean that they have to go build a team. This is just go help people with our products. So if I don't know what product that you guys are selling the most, but I ran a report in my team and 80% of the people that get started as a customer over the last 3 months are starting with the Healthy Glow Stack in our team. And so that's 28 Healthy Glow Stacks is all. Mm-hmm. You're just helping and maintaining people's health, 28 people. To be a diamond, stay a diamond. Of course, if one decides not to order, you got to replace that, right? So, but that is just helping and maintaining $15,000 a year on your own customers.
Do you want to show an example of like, what if you took it to the next level and helped two of your people, say two of your customers wanted to upgrade and do what you do, and you help them get to a diamond level. So if you had two people working as a diamond under you.
Yep. So basically, here's what I'll show you is 3-in-1 is going to be our business plan moving forward. If you yourself can take 1 year and do 3-in-1, your business will move massively. And what I mean by that, and we'll focus on 3 customers a month and 1 consultant every single month. And the way to do that in my mind is share the Explorer video and help them through that, right? Share the whole vision, decide what path that they want to choose, and then help them get started showing them an example of this, right? 3-in-1, this is what their plan will be. So I just figured this on 100 PV each, and not, so that's, I mean, obviously if they did a Healthy Glow Stack, that's more. If they just did collagen, that's above. If they just did Protandim NRF2, that's below, right? So I just took an average of 100. So if you go enroll 3, and I'm not going to put it in this top line because that's to the end of January and we're at the last day of January. So we'll just start in February in this model right now, but this is just looking at 2023. So if you just went and enrolled 3, and I'm just going to show you customers first. Okay. Customers first, and then I'll add in the consultants. So if you just enrolled 3 in February, right? 3 customers, 3 customers in March at 100 PV, you'll get 120 of the 40% that we talked about, right? And then you'll get an additional 900 in the new plan just by maintaining them, okay? This is if you were starting at 0. Then I'm going to scroll down, and you keep doing 3 customers every month through the rest of this year, right? Through December, just 3 customers. Your volume continues to increase, which means you hit new bonus levels. You go from Onyx to Emerald to Sapphire, and you will have made $4,800 on just these customers alone that you put in. As a brand new person, you'll make $4,800 in 2023. Okay. In 2024, when you maintain all of them throughout the year, because you will have been at that highest level, so your volume would actually be 3,300, right? Because you've helped 33 people at 100 in volume, and you got the 15% bonus for the whole year, you make $9,000, basically $10,000 in 2024. Okay, and that's just customers. Now, when you put in one consultant a month, right? So we'll do 1. So 1 here, 1 here, right? That's February and March. And then we're going to scroll down to the rest of the year. 1 consultant every month, right? Through the whole year. But let's be real honest. Not every consultant's going to come in and they're going to do 3 in 1, right? There's going to be consultants who come in and say, I just want to share with my brother, my sister, and my mom. Cool. Go do you, right? But let's say there's 1 consultant every quarter who wants to do 3 in 1 with you, which is realistic. 1 in every 3 will do the plan right alongside you. So we say 1 in the first quarter, right? So just 3 this year, decide to start doing 3 in 1 alongside you. Well, look what happens to your income. You go from 4,800 to 7,311 by the end of the year. And in 2024, you go to almost 17,000 instead of 10,000, just by having 3 people start doing this along with you. And this isn't even them completing a full year. I just want you to know, I just did it for this year alone because I like to think short term. And then if you just keep going, what that can turn into, and they keep going, right? We know what that can turn into. But guys, this is very realistic numbers in my mind. I like to sometimes think minimums and achievables, knowing of what's possible on the other side, because we know that we can turn this into 100,000 a month or a year if we choose to, right? That's up to us and how big we want to build, but this is absolutely realistic for anyone. So
yes, I love that. And then just kind of what you said at the beginning, to simplify it, you have your customer bucket that you're getting paid on, and then your team building bucket, if you choose to do that as well. And then you're saying that they meld together with the commission base together. Any other questions we have? I know one of the gals on here, Karen, has a clinic, and I saw that you had gone to somebody to help them start their clinic with incorporating this into the health strategy of the clinic. Do you want to maybe speak to that a little bit about if you're running a clinic, or if you have people, a salon or someone coming in your door and there's customers presenting themselves? What is the simplest way to get them started?
Well, I'll just tell you, so I work with a lot of clinics, like different salons and different things, right? Or clinics, but one in particular that we just worked with this last week was an eye doctor's office. And she has been helping people with Icy Bright and Protandim because she 1000% believes in it. And the people that she's been able to put on it, which is only about 5 in the last few months, have all seen great results. And so now she's very excited as a doctor that they're having results, right? And so I called her up and I said, I need to show you this, because where before it probably wasn't super lucrative. And I know that you're not necessarily doing this for the money, you're doing it to help your patients, but I want you to see what's possible from a financial side now. And so here's what I said to her. I said, okay, how many patients do you see in a whole year? And she said, she looked it up and it was over 2,000. I said, would it be realistic if we came up with a strategy that every single patient was getting informed by this through your process that, while they're in clinic seeing you, if we came up with a simple strategy that every patient was being informed and you were offering them a recommendation that was best for them, do you think it'd be realistic that a quarter of them say, yeah, I would like to get started. And she said, yeah, I would definitely say a quarter. And I said, okay. And she, like I said, she sells the healthy eye stack is what she recommends. And so that's a 93 in volume. And so that's what I figured. I just quickly ran some numbers and I said 500, right, is less than a quarter. 500 patients getting started on a healthy eye stack would be, if everybody did it all, let's say in the same month, because that's the easiest way to figure it, that's 28,000 in volume.
Wow. And what would she be getting paid then? I can't.
100,000 a year.
100,000 a year just on 500 of her customers getting less than 100 PV. I mean, that's
Because
insane.
she never, ever, ever had an intention of building a network marketing company. Her intentions solely have been, since she started as a distributor, was I just want to help my patients, right? And now she can absolutely do that. And so we were almost giggling because I was like, just an extra quick 100,000 in your side gig.
Yeah.
And so we actually came up with a strategy. And so what I did from the outside looking in, I said, I just want you to walk me through what it looks like to be your patient, right? So I just went to her clinic and I said, walk me through what this would look like. Like I come to the front, I needed to see the whole process. And so I saw kind of where there were spots and gaps where somebody could self-educate and then she could educate as well. And so we decided in the waiting room, we were going to put a loop video, right? So a video on loop so that it starts getting in their minds. At the front desk, there's a mat. So we just printed a big poster, right, that goes right on under the mat. So when they're checking in, they might visually see it. Then they're going to see it on a loop in the waiting room. And then when the person goes and puts them in the waiting room, there's at least like a 5-minute time frame before the doctor comes in, always, they said. And so we put that same video that's only 5 minutes now on sound in the video room. So the nurse will push play on it so they can hear it. A lot of times they can't see because we're talking to eye doctors. So she's dilated their eyes already. She's like, they can't see, but they could hear.
Yeah.
So then we put the video on loop or just one time play through so they can hear it while they're sitting in there. And then when she comes in at the end of the appointment, if she sees a problem that they need solving, like dry eyes, there's a lot of things that dry eyes is probably the number one, she said, that it's been helping everyone with no matter what. She would make the recommendation and then she hands them off to the staff and the staff will check them, like sign up their account right before they leave the office. And so during their checkout process, like if they're paying for glasses or paying for their appointment, they'll also pay for this and set up their customer account. So we figured out her simple process and I'll tell you, she implemented it yesterday and she already has 2 new customers yesterday.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's amazing.
Yesterday is when she went and picked up the prints. We got the videos on her husband got the videos on loop. And it's just, when you educate people appropriately, they do want help. They just don't know where to turn. Right. And so that's our job, is to educate people appropriately.
And they're coming to you for a solution. They have a problem. You have a solution. Absolutely. And whether or not they choose to sign up, you can filter the numbers. But like you said, you have 2,000 people a year, 500 say yes. That's $100,000 extra income, and that's real money. So that makes real changes for people. So
absolutely.
I love that. And just how simple that is. And so if you focus on, like you said, eye doctor, or what would you consider, like, Karen, you're part of a clinic that's like anti-aging, right? Functional medicine. Oh, she's on mute, I think. Can you unmute, dear? Or unmute yourself? I don't know if we can hear her.
No, I can't quite hear her. I was going to say, we have hairstylists, all kinds of things, and you just got to figure out the strategy that's best for them. For hairstylists, we just have a collagen book, a photo book, and they put it right on their, what are they called? Where their mirror is, like their little shelf right there in front of them. And every woman, right, like grabs that and flips through it while they're getting their hair cut. Right. And by the end of the appointment, she's just talking to them, right? I have massage therapists that during the process of the massage, she'll just talk to them about their muscles. And right, you have to just, people who like Karen, who are in a clinical setting, they truly want to help people, right? They truly want to help people. And we know that our products help people. We just got to tell them about it. A lot of times we just keep it to ourselves. We just got to tell them about it. And as distributors, let's empower our friends that are coming across people like that regularly. Let's empower our friends to help them be able to do it in an easy, simple manner as well. That's all.
Yeah. And plus, like she said, if she has, she said that people ask her when they come in, do you recommend a good collagen, or what collagen do you recommend? So she would just focus on the Nerf 2 and the collagen, even just that,
Absolutely.
or just the tri-synergizers, but even just that healthy gold stock at 140, even
I
just
tell people all the
200
time. So 140, Karen, at 140 PV, all you need to help is 28 people and you be a diamond, making at least $15,000 a year, as long as you maintain diamond. So that's not that difficult. It's so funny because like, as I was doing these with my team, some of them were like, I really want to be a diamond. Like, that sounds wonderful, but 28 people sounds like a lot. I don't care who you are. 28 people is not a lot. And I'll put that in perspective to you. Go to your social media accounts right now. If you have 300 friends or more, that's 10% of your friends. You know what I mean? Like, and you know everyone that you're friends with on social media, usually, unless you're an influencer. And 10% if you went and educated everyone and only 10% were saying yes to the products only, that's not that difficult. When I put it in perspective and I say that, and they're like, oh, well, when you put it like that, it's just that we haven't went and talked to everybody yet. We talked to people who we're comfortable with, right? If we just go talk to everybody on even our social media accounts who we're friends with, acquaintances with, right? Make sure that they know about what we're doing. I guarantee almost that you'd have 10% say yes.
I know. I think when you break it down like that, it just sounds so doable. Does anyone else have any questions? Anita, you used to run a clinic, and she had a lot of, when they retired a few years ago, she has a lot of those continuing on the product, but then some have dropped off. What would you recommend for her?
Oh, well, I would just definitely go back to them. I go back to my people who have dropped off at least a couple times a year. And I just say like, hey, I have no idea how your health, you know what I mean? Like how things are going for you, if things have changed, gotten better, gotten worse. I'm not sure, but I would love to bring you up to speed on our products and how they've progressed. And then they say, okay, a lot of times, or they say no, or they say like, I'm already doing something else. That, you know, thanks for asking. Great. But almost every time that I do that in bulk to the people who have, you know, dropped off over the years, I get a handful of them to come back. And so then I just share what's new, right? We've gotten a new collagen. We've gotten some new multi-nutrient products, right? I would talk about our new multi-nutrients. I will tell you guys, that would be the easiest selling product to sell in our entire line. I mean, I know we think collagen is, but how many people take a multivitamin? Almost everyone we know takes a multivitamin. They don't even know why. They just do it because someone told them one day that they should. What they don't know, if you could quickly, like I just started quickly asking those questions, right? Like, do you take a multivitamin every day? To a few of my friends, and they're like, yeah. And I was like, you know what I just discovered? We shouldn't, because here's why. And I just gave them a quick couple things, right? Like, did you know that our bodies can't absorb all the nutrients that are coming in a multivitamin at the same time? Like, so probably what you're taking, you're just peeing out. And they're like, no idea. And I was like, I didn't know that either, but I started digging into the science recently, and it's really fascinating. Do you want to see the ones that I just came across and I'm using? And they're like, yes, please. Like, that is an absolute easy conversation, right? And then we can tell them, well, I'll be honest, those new videos for the AM and PM reset are phenomenal. The company did a phenomenal job. That's what, if they want to talk specifically about that and learn about that first, that's what I'm sending. And then I'm saying, all right, now you need to learn about the rest of it all. And then they see evolve, or the explore video from there. But that's probably the simplest conversation to walk into that we've ever had.
Yeah.
Because they're also inexpensive. I mean, they're not a lot of money, the AM and PM system. And so, and almost everyone we know, because someone told them along the line, are taking like a Centrum or a one a day, or, you know what I mean? Something, because they want to try and do something for their health, but they just don't know. So that's what they go by.
Yes. And I think, Anita, I was just reading the chat here. It says best resources to send and show. So,
I will type in right here the video that I show every single time when I just said explore video. This is the video I almost show every time. Now, the only time that I don't show this first is when I am speaking to them specifically about a product first. Like if I reached out to them about AM/PM, or that's where the conversation was, I always talk about the product that I'm want to talk to them about first and show them. And what I do is I show them our websites, like our referral pages. I send them that direct page. Do you guys know how to do that? Do you need to show? Do I need to show you?
you can go ahead and type that in.
Okay.
Some of them aren't on.
Okay, Anita says no. I'll just show you real quick why I'm here. I'll just open my website real quick and show you. This is what I mean. So hold on, my computer's being a little slow from that update this morning. So on your website, I will just go directly to the product. Let's say AM/PM, right? I'll just go to that product. Easiest way right now, because they have it as their own little picture is here, but I could navigate through to general wellness because that's where it's at. And so everything corporate has now finally done an incredible job that everything we need to know about the products is now on these pages. I don't know if you've explored your website recently, but the video is here. The price is here. The ingredients is here. All the benefits are here. The FAQs are here for every single product. I love these pages. And so this is how our team educates. So you just grab the link. So whether you're on your phone or whether you're on a computer, you just grab this link, send them this link so that when they click on it, they come right to this page. They don't have to go to the homepage of your website and try and navigate to what you want to talk to them about. They land right here. So then I just say, scroll down and right under the bottles, watch the video, and then you can read everything else you want to know about the products. And then they usually come back to me and they're blown away because corporate's done a fantastic job now of putting everything right in one place. So if I was talking to them about AM/PM, this is where I would send them. And then I would send them, as we continue to talk, this is the explore video. Right here is coming up. Then I send them biohackandactivate.com explore. And this is where they're going to get a little bit higher level overview of everything, right? 4-minute video of activation in general, including a little bit about the business. And then they choose whether they want to learn more about the products only or the business and products. That's how we educate on our team a lot. Because then you're letting them choose rather than trying to decide where they want to navigate to. And what's really interesting is if somebody clicks on the products only and they watch this video, like let's say they told me that their struggles were they want to lose weight, right? And so then I would go to them and talk to them about the new you stack right now. But then when they watch this, it's so funny how many times they come back to me and go, well, I would actually like to start with the healthy brain stack, or like they have other problems that they really are thinking about that they identified for themselves watching this video and that they never would have probably told me. And so I love them being able to self-educate, and I still make a recommendation at the end of it, but they are learning and kind of deciding what's best for them, which is great. I hope that answers your questions.
And then, so this would be the first one you send, or would you first send the one with our product information, our own website from the company?
It depends. I'll tell you, every conversation is a little different. It depends on how I start the conversation, or like, for example, we do a lot of social media on our team. So if we've posted curiosity about I did a reel about AM/PM, right? And about sleep and all of those things. When someone responds to that and wants more information, I'm going to talk to them about AM/PM specifically, because that would confuse them if I all of a sudden was like, hey, let me show you this video. And they're like, I didn't even see anything about what you were talking about in your, social media. So it depends on how I started the conversation. My rule of thumb is you're going to have the least resistance. I'm not going to say success, but the least resistance when you talk about what they want to talk about, right? And so however you started the conversation, go there first, then as quickly as you can bring this into the conversation. Sometimes I lead with this, right? If it's just a general conversation of like, I have been losing weight and look different, right? And so people are saying to me on the street, like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And I'll say, let me send you a video. Of course, this is what I'm going to send, because it's all about activation, not one specific thing.
Yeah. And did you have luck with doing the bundle with the fat burn and the collagen bundle for people?
Yeah, specifically, I mean, when I added, I added collagen, but then shortly thereafter, I added fat burn, and I was definitely trying to lose weight. Okay. I was being more intentional in the food I was consuming. And so, I can't tell anybody, and that's what I tell them. I can't tell you if it was just the products only, but I will tell you that I've never lost weight faster in my life. Even when I tried to do that, being super intentional about eating, it comes off very slow for me. And the fact that I lost 30 pounds in a few months was
huge. Wow.
I owe to all of it. You know what I mean? I owe to all of it. So,
and
yeah.
You exercised a little, but you said,
yeah, of course. Yeah.
You weren't like intensely like changing. I mean, you
No.
modified your lifestyle, but you didn't go like hog wild.
I actually stopped doing HIIT workouts. We used to go work out 45 minutes with a trainer every day, me and my husband, doing really intense workouts. And we stopped going and we just started walking 2 miles a day.
Wow. And then
So
just incorporating the fat burn and eating healthy and the collagen.
And just really paying attention to the nutrients we were putting on our bodies. Like we always tried to eat less processed food, but we definitely started eliminating sugar, right? And so just eliminating sugars, eating good quality nutrients, and walking daily was the reset that apparently our bodies needed at the age of 42 and 43. So yeah.
Wonderful. That's
and
awesome.
Along with collagen and fat burn.
That's amazing. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, he's lost 43 pounds and I've lost 30. So
wow, good for you.
I don't know. I mean,
you feel great, I bet.
Yeah, it feels amazing.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Feels amazing.
You look
so
great.
I'm ecstatic for all of you guys. I think that we just have to get intentional and educate people. But I think in the past, we've always been intentional about customers. Like I think everybody who comes to LifeVantage, for the most part, loves our products, right? We love our products. So we want to share them. But I think because of the way that our comp plan was set up in the past, we were going and looking for blue M&Ms. Like we were sharing in hopes to go find a blue M&M. And the people who weren't finding the blue M&M were probably not making the amount of income that they wanted. And now they are going to make the income that they deserve by just sharing the products that they love. And I'm really, really, really thrilled for that.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time.
For sure.
I did see one other chat question. It was question in the chat from Ruth that says, this was really amazing. She said something about, what was the booklet you talked about? That was that.
I made a photo book. I don't think I have one sitting on my desk to show you, but I can send you the link, Marilyn. It's just like you order it off Canva and have it shipped right to your house. I think it's $25, but it's like 25 pages and it's just before and afters with a little bit of information that works really good for like those hairstylists or massage therapists that have a waiting room that want to show specifically about collagen. They just kind of flip through and it's like, did you know, those, did you know pictures so it has some of those in there, and then before and afters, and at the end of it, a picture of the healthy glow stack. So
wow, I love that. Yeah, definitely send me that link, and anyone that wants to order that'd be great. So I appreciate your time, Shauna. You did a wonderful job explaining things and breaking things down, and I will get this recording out, and have a wonderful day. Blessings to you all. If you have any questions, hang on after, but I'm going to let Shauna go. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Karen, did you have any questions? I'm going to end the recording. Or Anita, if you had any questions, just get this to the point where I can stop the recording.